Hello, my name is Madison Cox, and I will be giving this speech for the Fundamentals of Speech online at Labette Community College. I will be showing you the steps to take so that my audience will be able to pitch a softball. At first, pitching can seem pretty hard, but once you get the hang of it and you get the basics, it becomes pretty easy after that. Once I take you through all the steps, you will know how to successfully be able to pass the pitch. Before you start pitching though, you should always start by stretching both your arms and your legs. This helps avoid any injuries in any muscles. Once you finish stretching, you will need a softball and a glove to pitch. The first steps to learn are how to grip the ball and how you should stand on the mound. First off, the grip that you'll be using is actually called a four-seam. With your dominant hand, you'll have the ball with your palm facing up, and you should spread your four fingers along the longest part of the seam with your thumb on the other side of the ball along the other seam. So you'll take your palm and you'll put your four fingers along this seam, and then you'll take your thumb along the other side along this seam, and that will help with your snap, and that's the grip you'll use. Next is how you stand on the pitcher's mound. If you're right-handed, you should stand with your right foot in front with your heel on the mound, and then your left foot will be at the back of the rubber with your toes on the back of the mound. If you're left-handed, your feet will obviously be reversed, and your feet should be just shoulder length apart. This is a picture showing how your feet should be placed on the mound. Now we'll be learning the basics of beginning your pitch. You'll step onto the rubber with the ball outside of the glove. Once you step onto the rubber though, you can put them together. Once you start, your hand with the ball will come out of the glove on your first downswing past your hip. Then you will start to go upwards with your arms stretched, straight and not bent. You will start with your swinging up towards the sky right by your head. Your glove hand will follow and stop right at your eye level. As you start your upswing, you should start to move your left foot off the rubber. When you start to move your left foot, you should be moving it forward while pushing off the rubber with your right foot, so that when you begin your foot movements, you should be also bring your arm upward. This helps a lot with your timing. So here's a picture of your swing past your hip when your ball is out of your glove, and then your upswing towards your head, and then your glove will stop at your eye level, and your left foot will be coming forward. When your arm reaches your head, your left foot should be in the air going as far forward as you can, while your right foot should be leaving the mound with your toes still dragging behind you. Finally, there are the steps for finishing your pitch. After you reach the top, you will start your downswing. When you start your downswing, you need to make sure that your wrist is cocked so that you have a better wrist snap. This helps a lot with your velocity and the speed of the ball. With your arms still stretched towards the sky, you'll begin your whip, which is down past your hip, staying close by your side the whole time. When your hand with the ball starts to go down, so will your glove hand. It will go down by your other side. When you start to go down by your hip, your left foot should be starting to land straight in front of you, with your right foot dragging lightly behind you. Once your wrist is next to your hip, you're going to snap your wrist while letting go of the ball. As you are snapping your wrist, your right foot should reach your left foot, and it will land with your right foot in front. After you snap your wrist at your hip, your arm and hand should be right in front of you, finishing in front of your face. This is the end of your pitch, and hopefully it will go towards the catcher. But when you start trying to pitch, the ball probably won't go exactly where you want. But if you start practicing throwing strikes, it will become a lot easier. So here is a video in slow motion of how the pitch will look once you start. So once she reaches past down to her hip, she starts to bring her left foot, striding as far forward as she can, up towards the sky at her hand, or at her head, and then she lands, whipping her arm down to her hip and dragging her right foot behind her and snapping in front. My goal for giving you this speech was for you to be able to throw a pitch. After learning all these steps, I hope that you understand the basics of it. After giving this speech, I hope that my audience will be able to successfully throw a softball.